Welcome back to our project here at the Bank to Residential Conversion in Northampton. And I'm joined today with Danny, who is from Blend Finance. Now, welcome Danny. Do you want to just introduce who Blend Finance are in the first instance? Because you've funded this project, and tell us where you come from.
Thank you, Andrew. It's good to see this project. So we're Blend Network. We are a crowdfunding platform. We provide development finance, bridging loan. We support developers across the UK, and we like supporting projects like this one. We usually enjoy coming to site. We come usually once before the project starts, and then once we come actually throughout the project. Occasionally we just like to do our visits, we schedule with other things that we have going on, and it's always good to see project, how far our lenders' money go, and it looks good.
Yeah, well, we started this, I think we did the drawdown the week before COVID hit, and we've worked through this during the COVID lockdown period, which has brought its challenges in ways. Obviously your QS is in Cardiff and been in lockdown, so we've had to come up with different processes.
Yeah.
But in terms of if somebody was applying for peer-to-peer lending or bridging finance, development finance with Blend, what sort of things should they look for? What tips would you give somebody?
I think, number one is numbers. So Andrew, you're a numbers guy, so make sure you understand your numbers. I think it's very important first of all to know, what you think the costs are going to be in terms of the project. As well, the exit, have a look at the exit, because these are usually things we look at, and it helps us also structure a loan in a more favourable way towards the borrower if we know, what the exit is, and we get feel also that the borrower knows and understands exactly what they're getting into. Ultimately, we're going to be the partner, so we want to make sure we're partnering up with somebody who's quite confident with what they're doing. So.
Yeah. Well, you've been a brilliant partner in this.
Thank you.
When we bought this, it was an ex-bank. You've seen the commercial unit downstairs. We're just in one of the upstairs flats, enjoying the views from the window. And you've not personally been to this site before. Morgan came last time. But what do you think of this site and the location in the business improvement district?
To be quite honest, Andrew, so I've looked actually at this project before on Google Earth, and from the information pack that we produced to our lenders. Actually being on site really opens your eye, gives you a different feeling. Definitely been impressed with progress on site, and I think it's a good settings. Love the view that we actually able to see. The views are not, they don't get to enjoy what we're enjoying at the moment. Yeah. But I think, it's good. The layouts of the flats seem quite nice. It's very good.
They're very spacious. They're not small, pokey flats, are
no,
they?
Absolutely not. I think it was good choice of paint and everything else that gives you an airy feeling. So I thought that was quite good.
And the way we, on the upper floor, took a small dormer window out and replaced it with a rather large dormer window.
Yes, it's good. Andrew, so it seems like, you really care about the people you want to put in, which is something always good to see. That, besides there's that human aspect of being able to put someone who, looking at what the ultimate customer, whoever's going to live in here, they're going to enjoy the space. So that was quite good to see.
No, absolutely. Well, the key thing is, from my perspective, you want somebody here who's going to take this on a longer term contract, or that it's going to fly off the shelf and sell fast. If we built something small and pokey, then you wouldn't achieve that. And what we've done, this flat here is 68 square metres, so it's almost bang on the national space standard of 70 square metres for a 2-bed house. So it's a good size and gives people space to breathe. Blend, you've been brilliant with us. We've worked with you guys over a while, and you're actually a sponsor of the Great Property Meets channel as well, which I thank you very much for. And what do you think? You review a lot of deals. What do you think helps you, and what did we do on our deal to make it easy for you to assess this and say, will back that.
Well, as discussed before, I think was quite what we liked about this particular project is that we knew where the exit was, we understand what the exit strategy was going to be, which really helped us. The numbers stacked up, which was very important for us. And I think 50%, so that was 50% of the project. Obviously, we want to back developers who have experience, who know what they're doing, they're good with the numbers, and that was the other half, the other thing that gave us confidence. Obviously, Morgan has got a relationship with you, we know you quite well already now, we'll be like back in a great property meet. So I think that was a combination of the two. Usually we always say 50% of the project is the actual project, 50% is the person. So yeah, I thought for our experience has been great, and hopefully we're going to have a relationship going forward in the future that's also going to be as good as this one, and yeah, we look forward to the next project actually.
Well, there's a lot of irons in the fire at the moment, and if you stay tuned on this channel, you'll see some of the other projects we've got coming up, because there is a lot in the pipeline, and this one's a bank to commercial and residential conversion, so it's a mixed-use building. But some of the ones we've got are quite monsters that will sort of even make Danny's eyes water and go, whoa. But at the end of the day, we have to have a lot of fun. We have to take this seriously. And there's been a lot of learnings along the way with both of us in terms of how we went through legals and how the whole process progressed. Because this is the first time I've done peer-to-peer lending. And that was a learning experience for me. A positive one, I hasten to add, because here we are stood having fully funded. I'm not quite sure how quickly it was funded, but it was minutes that it was funded in.
At the moment we're having this issue where everything we put up gets funded fairly quickly, and we get quite a lot of phone calls from lenders that miss out on loans. So yeah, so we're looking actually quite actively looking for projects to fund at the moment.
So there's a big tip. 50% is you, 50% is the project. Relationship is key. So give Blend Finance a call, speak to Danny, speak to Morgan or one of the other team there, and make sure your numbers stack up. I think they're the key things that I'm taking away from this, and they're the key tips of advice we'd like to share with you today. So any parting words or wisdom from your point of view?
Just to reiterate before, if you are looking at a deal, I think usually there's two ways of looking at it. First of all, make sure from your point of view the project is stackable, but then also just always have in the back of your mind, if I present it to a funder, how would they view it? And I think that will help you get more comfort on your project, on how you look at it. So it's usually like a test, I would say a stress test for developers and for borrowers.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Danny, for coming all the way up from London to our project here in Northampton. So they don't just stay in London, they come out of their office. These are real proper bankers and lenders. They come out and they meet you on site, have a chat, have lunch, and get to know you as a person. And it's really good that traditional relationship banking is still there, and relationship lending. I call it banking, it's peer-to-peer lending, I appreciate, but
it's funding, it's alright.
It's the traditional way of doing things. People buy from people, but you also back real projects, and this one's been a stunner. The numbers were very good, so it was a no-brainer. Exactly. So join us again in the future, stay tuned. If you like this, give Danny a thumbs up to say you like his advice. Hit the share button if you know somebody who'd like funding from Blend Finance or Danny, and they can benefit from this video. And if you're not already, hit the subscribe. It's always good to find out what our next video is, because we've got some more case studies coming on HMOs in the near future. Ciao for now.
Bye. Thank you.